Are we live? I think we are. Hi, guys. So, as you can see, I've got my mat out today, and that's because we're going to do some mat work. And the exercise that I'm going to show you today are really, really cool because you can actually do them in bed, which is fantastic, especially if you're in recovery, if you're exhausted, if you're tired. Hey, if you're watching TV, these are so gentle, you wouldn't necessarily need to have done any great warm-up, but there are a couple that you can do just to start you off, to get your body start to put a bit of blood around and make you feel like you're going to do something. Don't have to suddenly do something, it's really bad for us. Now it's really hot today. I've already done a warm-up. I hope you've done a little bit of a warm-up, but as I say, these are very, they're not strenuous exercises that we're going to do. But in this heat, you need to keep your water, up. But the thing is, when we get older, our stomachs can't, they become less, how shall we say, they become less able to take in larger amounts of water, especially if we've got some sort of reflux. I've got quite a serious stomach condition, and everything comes back. And when you exercise, for example, if you're suddenly lying down, you've been standing up, it can make you feel really sick. So just be aware of that. Little tiny sips of water, that's all you need. But make sure, you've had your breakfast or your lunch or whenever you're doing these. So these are, what should I call them? Leg mat exercises. I'll try and put that in the title so that you can come back to these and go over them and just to actually remind you what to do. Now, my mum does these and she's 80, almost, added a bit on there. So it should be quite safe for you. Obviously, if you're very infirm, you need to go to one of my other classes where we're just perhaps doing upper body and we're stabilizing ourselves. But look, watch and see how you do. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I guess I should take my glasses off actually. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to lie on our backs. So let's get comfy. And as you can see, I'm just about as big as this mat, a little bit bigger. Now, when I lie down, I'm not going to be able to see the camera. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you what it is that I do. So roll yourself down and just get comfy. Make sure we're sort of in the middle of the mat so there's no accidents. And let's just breathe a little. Especially if you've just done a workout or a warm-up rather, you'll probably be feeling quite, energized. So just take a couple of breaths. So there's plenty of oxygen going around into your blood. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring one leg up, level with our knee, on tippy toes, and then we're just going to bring it up. Okay, I can feel it here. That's great, isn't it? Try and keep your other leg on the ground. If you're on a mattress, this is, you can sort of cheat a little bit because there's a lot of leeway. So, and then we're going to bring it back down again. Okay, so we're just going to reverse that movement. Up and down. Now, a couple of these, actually, if you've got something like rheumatoid arthritis, you could do a couple of these before you get out of bed in the morning, if you can. Now, if you can't do the leg as straight as that, you can do it like this or like this. There's no right or wrong way. It's all about your body and what you can cope with. And the last thing we want is an accident. Okay, so I do a couple of those. Now, the next one is going to be a little bit different, and this is going to be really for people who are a little bit fitter. So let's get both legs up and make sure we're comfy. You might sit on your hands if you like, and we're just going to lift both legs up and back down again. Okay, I don't know if you can hear, but I could hear my bones clicking there. Up, down. Okay, a couple of those. We don't have to go mad. Of course, if you're very good, you could do up to 20, you could do up to 100 if you have the strength to do that. And what I'd suggest is that perhaps you start doing 2 and then you move up to 4. And then eventually you could probably do, time permitting, maybe 50 or so. Up to you, entirely up to you. Now we're going to get on to the really exciting things. I can't sit on my hands with a big ring on. So we're going to bring our legs up like so, and we're going to do this. Now, the wonderful thing about this is that you can count and you can keep to a rhythm. And the rhythm is very important because it's aerobic. So you're getting a bit of aerobic exercise in, and you haven't even got out of bed yet. How wonderful is that? So count in a rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down we go. Right? It's great fun, isn't it? Now I'm going to show you one that is a little bit more advanced, actually. But what you'll find is it's working these areas here. And they go when we're quite young, actually, isn't it? But I think I seem to remember after giving birth, my thighs lost a lot of form. So back up, hands under, if that's comfortable for you. And now what we're going to do, we're just going to put one down and back up. One down and back up. Do you see? And the other side, and I'm just hitting my sofa, but my chaise-longue, it doesn't matter. So count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I've got a bit of furniture around. So we are going to have to move the studio around when we do floor work. So that we've got just a bigger expanse to play with, because it's, unfortunate that I can't get as low as possible. But if you get really good at this, you'll be able to, I think I can that way, look. But you can't see, but I am actually touching the floor with this other foot, okay? And that's fantastic, that's really working here and getting things really stretched and open. It means if you're a ballerina, if you're doing silver swans, which we're hoping to be doing quite soon here at Theatre Club, ballerinas always use the hip joints open, not closed. So yeah, there we go. If you're interested in that, or perhaps you're a teacher, you can come and join the team. That would be great. So I think that's a really, really good way of stretching and getting a little bit of aerobic exercise before, darlings, you've even got out of bed, which is just fabulous, isn't it? Okay, I think that's enough legwork for today. So let's say goodbye and be back later.